Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about Game 15 of the regular season, where the Rangers utterly destroyed the Detroit Red Wings 8-2 in the most get-right games I've ever seen. The Rangers, coming off of 3 embarrassing losses, come into this road game in Detroit against a up-and-coming Red Wings team who started the season very solid and embarrassed us a few nights ago with a just crippling overtime defeat, and we played the best game of our season. I mean, this was an angry game for the New York Rangers. They salted the Red Wings earth and burnt their crops to nothing more than ash. This was, I mean, wow. So there's not much of a storyline in this game. The Rangers were back and forth with the Red Wings through 2 periods. But when the Red Wings scored their second goal, that was basically when the Rangers just kind of became the Simpsons meme of stop it, he's already dead. So the Rangers get on the board first in this game late in the first period. It's an offensive zone draw for the Rangers. Mika Zibanejad wins it, gets it to Adam Fox. He passes it back to Mika Zibanejad right in the slot, and he buries it. It's 1-0. Mika scores in his 700th career NHL game. And a few minutes later, Red Wings would score a goal eerily similar. It was just a nice pass right in the slot. It was Joe Veleno, and he buries it past Igor Shesterkin. That was just a beautiful shot. I'm not mad at Igor. It would have been nearly impossible to have that. It was a snapshot right in the slot. Like, that was like in the hash marks. It was just sometimes goals are let up. The defense didn't particularly wet the bed or anything on this play. It was just more so a good play and good puck movement by the Red Wings, because the Red Wings are actually pretty solid now, guys. Let's not forget that. And that would make it 1-1 after 1. So it's the second period, and the Red Wings chip it into the defensive zone, and Igor Shesterkin kind of tries to clear it. It's along the boards, and Dylan Larkin gets there. And everyone's on their man, like everyone has their marks, and you look back, and Lucas Raymond is kind of left a little bit open from Jacob Trouba, but he's heading over to him, like he's about to go cover him. The only possible way anything bad could happen on this play is if Dylan Larkin, from alongside the boards, had a perfect pass off his backhand through the legs of Vitaly Kravtsov. Yeah, so that was a gorgeous pass from Dylan Larkin. And again, what would you want Shesterkin to do here? I mean, Shesterkin was not pushed that hard tonight, and the only 2 goals he allowed were just kind of... The first one was just an extraordinarily nice play by the Red Wings. This one also falls in the same category of just beautiful puck movement, and also you'd like Jacob Trouba to be a little more hustle. You'd really like that. Trouba's becoming a problem, and I hate that he is, but it's a problem. But we're not going to worry about that, because now we get to talk about the Rangers, because they would score 7 straight goals in this game to come flying back from the depths of hell. The first one, power play. Artemi Panarin shot in front. Chris Kreider tips it in. He was moved back up to the first line. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So the first of the 6th and 3rd period, Rangers have the puck. It was a nice defensive play by Fox to get the puck away from the Red Wings. Plays it out. It's Alexi Lafreniere coming in with Hedl and Kakko. Kids line was back together. Again, we'll talk about them in a minute. Fox gives it to Hedl. He does this crazy pass back, just trying to set someone up. Fox comes just zooming into the offensive zone, slaps it on net, just trying to get action in front of the net, and it goes in. It beats Husso, and it is 3-2 Rangers. Next goal, Rangers bring it into the offensive zone. Kravtsov battle along the boards. Great by him on this play. Gets it to Artemi Panarin, centering pass in front. Barclay Goodrow, who might have the most underrated hands on this team, beautiful dangle right in front of the net of Husso, gets it past him, and it is 4-2 Rangers. We're not done by any means. Next goal, Adam Fox does not get an assist for this play, and it is a darn shame, because it was a beautiful play from him to keep it in the offensive zone, feeds it back off the backhand for Chris Kreider. He plays it to Mika Zibanejad, gives it to Jimmy Vesey. He makes a couple of nice moves. He gets a pair of shots on, and then Mika Zibanejad runs in to hit in the second rebound to score. It is now 5-2 Rangers. And then the 4th line has the most not 4th line goal I have ever seen. It's just in the offensive zone. Red Wings have puck possession. They are playing it out. Sammy Blais with a insanely good play. Perfect hand-eye coordination to keep the puck in the zone. Barclay Goodrow gets it. He moves towards the net. A beautiful pass over to Julien Gauthier, and he puts it in. And all of a sudden, it's 6-2 Rangers, and that was maybe the best overall goal of the night, and it was from the fourth line. They looked great. Like, that was the least fourth line goal I've ever watched. Next goal, Rangers, who just lived in the offensive zone the entirety of the third period. Alexis Lafreniere pass along the boards over to Filipino. Beautiful play by Filipino. He was getting checked. He was getting pushed. He didn't lose possession of the puck. A nice pass over to Libor Hajek, who scores. This wasn't a cannon fire from the blue line. This was just a nothing shot. And my God, your heart goes out to Husso, who just did not have a fun evening. This might have been the worst goal. This was just bad. It looked, on the broadcast, they initially said they thought it was deflected, and I really want to see it deflected, and I just didn't see it. This was just a shot that went in, and it was a bad goal to allow, and I don't want to dunk on Viel Husso. I'm not trying to, but oof, it was not a great night for him. And Libor Hajek is on the... We've reached the Libor Hajek scoring portion of the evening. And the final goal of the evening, Adam Fox gets an assist on this, and I don't really see where he touches it. This was a nice defensive play by Barclay Goodrow to get the puck away from the Red Wings. And VC grabs it in the neutral zone and just bullet into the offensive zone. Beautiful goal by Jimmy VC. I can't believe I'm saying that, but a great goal from Jimmy VC. And it's 8-2 Rangers. So to this point of the season, the Rangers fan base has been split into two different groups. And I'm kind of over in this one, which is a little bit panicky because, you know, we've had some embarrassing losses, some very not good losses. And hey, this is the second year. Last year, you know, you were on house money, and I'll give you that. Probably shouldn't have made it past the Penguin series, if we're being honest, the way that series went the first 4 games. So the fact that you did anything last year was great. You got experience for the players. That's good. Those are all Poirots, right? Do that. That's great. But this year, the expectation is deep playoff run, right? This year, we are expecting another run to either, at the very least, the second round, maybe even the conference finals, or depending on how the cards break, maybe the Stanley Cup final. Not necessarily winning it or anything, just possibly making it there, especially after the season you had last year. And through the first few games, it's been sketchy. And then there's the other camp that's looking at the advanced analytics, looking at 5-on-5 metrics and saying, we are getting unlucky. The offense is going to start potting goals like crazy. They are too good not to. And law of average, man. 8 goals on 33 shots, which, like, 33 shots is above average. Like, I want to say average is like 25, 26. So you're above average, but not, like, ridiculous. You see 8 goals, you're expecting, like, 50 shots on net, and it's like, no, they had 33. Just everything went in. Adam Fox had a 4-point night, which was a goal and 3 assists. You want to know who had a 3-point night? Barclay Goodrow. He had a really, really good night. Zibanejad had a pair of goals. Kreider had a goal and an assist. VC had a pair of points, which is wild to me. Artemi Panarin had a pair of assists. Hedl had a pair of assists. So did Lafreniere. Hajek, Gauthier, they had goals. Kravtsov and Blais both had assists. Everyone got into it offensively tonight. I mean, 8 goals. Holy crap. And I know it's one game. I understand that. Don't touch the lines until it stops working. Every line looked good tonight. Every single line had a highlight reel goal. Every one of them. Every last one of them. The first line looked amazing. And Jimmy VC was on it, but it looked great. Kreider looked himself again. Mika looked fantastic. VC looked good. And I'm not even talking about the shorty. I'm talking just 5-on-5 VC looked good tonight. The second line of Panarin, Krav, and Trocheck. Oh, man, they looked great. They looked really good. I mean, that line looked really good. The kids' line, holy crap. The kids' line could have scored 8 goals tonight. They looked otherworldly. And I said last season after the postseason, I'm like, hey, maybe don't ever move them. Maybe just keep them as a line going into next season. A lot of people said, no, we want to put, Phillip on the third line, but maybe Laffy on the first, Kakko on the... No. Don't touch the kids' line. And maybe they're the young adults line now. I don't know what you want to call them, but leave them alone. Let them cook. And the fourth line looked really good for a fourth line. I mean, Barclay Goodrow had an amazing night. Great goal, Great assist on the Gauthier goal. Gauthier looked really good. Blais looked pretty darn solid. Don't touch that one. And then we talk about defense. We all owe Ryan Lindgren a big old apology because I kind of did not think he would make that big of an impact on defense, but holy crap was I wrong. Ryan Lindgren was back in the lineup tonight, and we looked like a different team. It's that simple. We looked like a different team with Ryan Lindgren in this lineup. And it's just the truth. I mean, the Fox-Lindgren pair looked fantastic. The Miller and Trouba pair had the one oopsie on Trouba with the second goal, but other than that, looked fine. And the Hayek-Schneider line looked about as good as you could hope for. I'd prefer it be Schneider and Jones, but we'll deal with that as time progresses. Ryan Lindgren back in this defensive group completely changes the dynamic of the game. And you can debate amongst yourselves if the fourth defenseman in your core making this big of an impact is a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm going to be positive and say it's a great thing because this was one of the better defensive performances we've had this season defensively. I want to say goals against, or expected goal against, was like 1.5. And Shesterkin wasn't tested hard tonight because the Red Wings just didn't have any shots. 20 shots total, and the 2 goals felt high danger, but other than that, nothing felt dangerous. They felt like easy shots just kind of dumped in for Shesterkin, and he didn't allow any terrible goals, so that's a good thing if you want to look at that. But this was the most smothering game the Rangers have played to this point of the season. So the Rangers will hopefully take all the momentum from this explosion offensively and ride it high into Saturday night when they head to Nashville to take on the Predators, 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be here afterwards to talk about it. But that is all I have to say for the video, so if you enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.